What's up, everyone? This is the Tin Man with the Worldwide Resistance Network. Chris Sheldon here. Your white rabbit taking you down the goddamn rabbit hole again. And joining me today is good old Reverend Ordo. And Reverend, what the hell are you wearing?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood.
Yep. Taken right from Al Bundy himself. Married with Children. Fucking love that show, man. They couldn't get away with doing shit like that today.
Well, we're doing it now.
Oh, we're doing it. We're bringing it back.
Yeah.
And that's why we did shows like the Friday Dessert. Even though Aaron didn't want to continue on doing it,
well,
the concept was solid.
Well, this is partially the Saturday morning dessert.
There you go. I don't know. We don't start getting more people on this damn panel. I might just call it the Saturday Dessert. But there ain't much of a round table. It's just you and me.
Yeah.
And, of course, anybody who decides to join in on the conversation, which comments are now enabled. So anybody who wants to tune in on the conversation, feel free. Again, this is the Round Table, brought to you by Myth Monster Blue, the fictitious product that doesn't actually exist because we are by the people, of the people, for the people. So if you like this broadcast, feel free to hit the like and subscribe buttons on YouTube. Hit that notification bell, fuck up their algorithm, and follow us on our varying social medias, X, YouTube, Rumble, all at Real TWBRN. And also be sure to check out our online store, which I've got something to announce here. Check this out. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for some shit? Rabbit, you ready for some shit?
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
Check this out. Got some new merch for you guys. Check this shit out. The I Stand with Ice t-shirt. Check it on the back as well. Got a Real TWBRN logo. And also, fucking bitch. Got a fucking bitch t-shirt. On the back, it says, I stand with ICE at Real TWBRN. And also, I told you I'd be launching some more merch as well. We've got the TWBRN Shadow People logo in white and black. The Flower of Life shirts and hoodies. TWBRN logos. The No Strings protest shirts. The Truth is Louder Than Bullets, the Charlie Kirk Memorial shirt. Single Taken, Fighting the New World Order. We also have Hating Whites for Being White is Racist. All this violence against whites. Who owes who reparations now? Black on white crime is a hate crime, and that's black letters on a white t-shirt. Like us on my dick. You got your coffee mugs. We even got shot glasses, man. How many political activists out there have a store with a shot glass? We got your TWBRN hat and our varying bumper stickers. Gotta love the fucking bumper stickers, man.
Oh, yeah,
Got the bumper stickers, man.
Yeah, man.
Bumper sticker like that one. I like a bumper sticker. Always love bumper stickers. But yeah, our newest launch is the Support of ICE memorabilia. The I support ICE. I stand with ICE. And the fucking bitch t-shirt. I thought that was a nice touch. What do you think about that? Because after she ran in with the vehicle, and all of a sudden done, he was like, "Fucking bitch."
Well, the thing is, there are fault on both sides. I'm not going to choose a side here because the thing is, we have to really stop and think for a moment here, guys.
Yes.
You have a woman who got shot. You have an ICE agent who got hit. Okay.
Yeah.
She's over here. He's wounded. But the thing is, this whole thing has really gone over the edge.
It has.
It's reached a bound where anything can happen.
Yeah, and we're gonna dive into some of that. Again, you are right. There are faults on both sides. She shouldn't have accelerated her vehicle while he was standing in front of the vehicle, and he most certainly shouldn't have been in front of the vehicle. And he could have just as easily shot out her tires rather than shoot her in the face. He could have.
Yeah.
But lethal force was authorized. He made the call. That's his call.
Yeah.
Was it necessarily the right call? Could he have done something else?
He made the call.
That's for the individual to decide.
Yeah. He made the call.
Oh, God, he's taking his clothes off.
He made the call, but it was a wrong call.
Yeah. What kind of shirt we're wearing now? Not going to happen. Love it.
Because
Did you have to take your clothes off on camera?
Yeah. But the thing is, right now, Christy Holm, former governor of North Dakota,
Okay.
says that all American citizens has to show their identification.
Okay.
Here's a woman who's headed in for Native Americans since she was governor. Now, there's a treaty. There's a treaty that goes back to the mid to late 1800s. Okay.
Yeah.
And Native Americans have their own law enforcement.
Yeah.
They have their own tribal government, which they are allowed to do through treaties,
Yeah.
So 3 members of a tribe.
They don't have the popos. They have the pow-pows.
Yeah. Are being held.
Oh, come on. That was funny.
Oh, yeah. Being held by ICE.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why are you holding three Native Americans born on the soil captive? They told you who they are and who they were, and it seems that it doesn't matter if you're white, right? You're still going to get locked up. You're still going to get taken in.
Yeah. Well, a lot of what we're being shown on the mainstream media isn't all of what happened. They just show you, oh, ICE is attacking this person. Oh, ICE is arresting that person. But what happened before those events? What was the catalyst?
Exactly.
And did it get caught on camera? What provoked ICE to respond to these people? What caused ICE to arrest this person? Okay, that's the footage you're not getting shown. There's so many instances where there's been these antagonists escalating the situation to forcing ICE to respond, but they don't show that. They only show the response.
Like I mentioned last week, people are just trying to get a narrative pointing one way.
Yeah. But the thing is, if you catch it all on camera, the media is only going to show you a portion of that video. Just like they only showed the back video from that ICE shooting.
Yeah.
The media never showed the ring camera footage. They didn't show the officer's point of view camera. And if they did show it, they said it was, they would argue it was subjective. It's a biased narrative.
All of it's
And one thing
biased,
I
man.
noticed with these videos, Renee Good's spouse, after Renee was shot, this chick sitting there screaming, "Why do you have real bullets? Why do you have real bullets?" Well, first of all, who the fuck told you that a law enforcement agency wouldn't have real bullets? And two, why are you so fucking stupid as to believe that a law enforcement agency of any capacity wouldn't have bullets? Your civilian police force has bullets. FBI has bullets. Why would a third federal law enforcement agency not have guns that have real bullets? It is insanely fucking stupid. Who's selling these people on this shit?
That's what I've been saying. They want to try to direct it one way, and helping the media would stir the damn pot and shit and twist the narrative. But here's the thing: you have independent media out there,
yeah, like us and so many others,
who is showing different angles, truthfully, all different angles.
Yeah.
To debunk this one directional narrative, because it's like they're looking at all angles here, and it's been debunked that this one way thing is like been debunked. Now, in Oregon, 2 people were shot. Yeah, they were shot because the thing is, they're 2 members of a Venezuelan prison gang.
Yeah.
And then and they're taking that as, oh, they shot 2 citizens. They shot 2 citizens. No, they shot in self-defense against 2 people who are part of a Venezuelan prison gang. And like the mayor of Portland is saying, ICE needs to leave. No, asshole. ICE is there for a reason. And you have both sides just, but here's the thing. If you work for ICE, stop and think why you're really there, the job you're doing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you protesters, you have people in your group who are agitating ICE agents, okay?
Yeah, and they're there specifically to pose as agitators. Let's not mince words.
And ICE, they have people that have been seen crossing the line, breaking the law. Now, I live here in California, okay? We have ICE agents here in Fresno, okay? We do.
Welcome, Zero.
They're going to be up and down California, and they're planning to go door to door to door. Okay.
Yeah, that's what's being sold, and they're saying that it's happening in Minnesota as well, but it's not actually happening. It's false narrative. It's just bullshit that the media is propagating.
But I say this:
ICE doesn't have the manpower to be going door to door. They really don't.
I'll see it. I'm gonna say this one time. I'll see it when I believe it.
I'll believe it when I see it.
But there's been protests here in Fresno against ICE, because if you are to do your job according to the law, do it according to the law.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're doing it according to the law. They're getting tips. They're doing investigations. They're being dispatched to arrest these people under court order. They're saying, "Oh, well, you don't have a warrant." What these people don't understand, again, who's telling these people that you need a court order to arrest these people? Or not a court order, a fucking warrant. They're sitting there telling these people, you don't have a warrant, so you can't be here. They have court orders. They are sent out by a court order signed by a judge.
Yeah.
That says you go arrest this person or these groups of people.
But also,
the court order is stronger than a warrant.
But also, my question is, how many agents from ICE and the Border Patrol that we're not being told that some are breaking the law themselves?
Oh, I have no doubt about that.
Because
from what I understand, they're not displaying their identification, their badges and whatnot. They have their badge number on their badge. And from what I understand, that's supposed to be on display. Like, you don't have to sit there and fucking hold up a fucking poster board for your identification.
No.
But you do have to have your badge number, your badge and badge number visible.
But the thing is,
at which point, during an investigation, a DA could cross-reference the badge number and get the identity of the party in case there needs to be proceedings regarding testimony of the officer or whether the officer is being charged with any form of misconduct.
Yeah. Again, last night I did 2 videos at the same time on both channels. I did last night.
Yeah.
And the word is out, and it is very sinister, very disturbing, And the thing is, look, don't break the law, for one thing, on both sides here, but it will happen.
Yeah.
Whether we know better or not, protesters have agitators in their group that they may or may not know about. But here's the thing. Laura Ingraham exposed one lady who was an agitator, and admits she gets paid.
Yeah. Most of them do get paid.
And that's the thing. They get paid.
I mean, you remember that lady from the last fucking No Kings protest? Went out of her way to a protest and said, I just want you to know I don't get paid. Okay, nobody asked you. Nobody was even making that insinuation.
Did have to say it. Nobody. Look, if you're getting paid, don't care. Don't give a shit. But the thing is, if you're out there, if you're getting paid to be out there, now look, we all know that under the First Amendment, we all have a right to peacefully protest as long as it stays peaceful. But like I said, there are fault on both sides.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, some people of ICE getting way out of control, and then you have some people on the other side, some getting out of control. Now, the ones that are out of control are getting paid.
Yeah, they are, and they're being paid to interfere with ICE, which is a felony. You can protest off to the side, but you don't get in the middle of an investigation or a legal proceeding. That's obstruction of justice. That's interfering with law enforcement. That's felony. And at which point, whether it be ICE, FBI, or just your regular police force, they have a right to take you into custody and place you under arrest and charge you with felony interfering with an officer. That's always been the case ever since I came to this miserable little dirtball 41 years ago. Okay, ever since I've been alive, that has always been the case. It's not some new goddamn thing. And if you're going to attack ICE, whether you're setting vehicles on fire, raiding their vehicles, hitting them with vehicles or cinder blocks, or this or that, okay, that's assault on a federal agent. That's felony.
Yeah.
You go to jail, and if the officer feels that their life is in danger or that the lives of others are in danger, they are authorized to use lethal force. Hence why they have real guns with real bullets.
also ICE has to also follow the constitutional law as well.
Yeah, they do.
They
You
just
can't
cannot.
just up and arrest a protester because they're protesting.
Yeah, but the thing is,
But if they're interfering, then that's
what I'm getting at is
felony.
you have a right to be protected under the Fourth Amendment. Okay, we all know that.
Unlawful searches and seizures.
Yeah.
Yes.
And ICE has to follow the constitutional law that you cannot just go into someone's home because you got a tip. You have to wait.
Investigate.
Yeah. Investigate. Yeah. Then go as far as what the evidence gets you. Get a warrant. Go there. But the thing is, not everybody is a illegal immigrant. Most of the people are naturalized born citizens, and also some that are just became citizens.
Yeah, and again, most of what you're getting from the mainstream media is going to be farce. Like a lot of what you're citing here is baseless media jargon, and because we're not seeing any legitimate cases where they're arresting people and asking them for their papers without some sort of a provocation. No, we're seeing the end. We're seeing the top of the hill, but we're not seeing the journey to the top of the hill. We're seeing the escalation, but not the situation the circumstances that escalated the situation in the first place.
What I'm trying to get at is that not from the media. No, I'm speaking from common sense. Is that look? The media is twisting shit.
Yes, they are.
And it's like, I want to hear from both sides. I'm in the middle here.
And you want to hear both sides of the argument, but you want both sides to bring facts to the table, not bullshit jargon and rhetoric. Because you're not going to accomplish anything with rhetoric. Yeah, the audience generally eats up rhetoric like it's fucking macaroni and cheese. But when it comes to the truth, we need verifiable facts. And that's what I'm getting at here is most of these people are going out there, and a lot of which are women, and a lot of the propagation that you see is coming from women. Look at fucking BLM.
Yes.
All women, and nothing gets accomplished, and just people act like idiots. And I'm wondering, because it just seems like they have this mentality, like a lot of women have this days. And I'm not pointing my finger at all women here. There are smart women out there who have common fucking sense. But you got a huge, very loud, even if it's a minority of women who get into this hoflation, acting stupid idea that they're untouchable. Oh, I can treat my man like shit and he won't fucking leave me. Oh, I can put hands on my man and he won't fucking hit me. Oh, I can go and interfere with law enforcement officers, whether they be domestic or federal, and not go to jail. I can hit these people with my fucking vehicle and not be subject to criminal prosecution or the use of lethal force. It's like, come the fuck on. What kind of asinine bullshit are you being fed and would believe this idea? It's like, oh, I can fucking do whatever the fuck I want and not face any sort of repercussions. Again, it's kind of like what Jack Nicholson said in that movie where he was an author and a woman asked him, how do you write women so well? And he goes, I think of a man and I remove reason and accountability.
Exactly. I mean, it's one thing that, hold on here.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Married with Children.
Yeah. You should have just left that shirt on.
I bought this shirt last year. National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood.
Yeah. Hey, hi, Targeted by Narcs. Good to see you again. How you been? Good topic. Liberal progressive women usually come from a place of privilege. A lot of what they do is posturing and showboating for another. And she says, in my opinion, though it's a psyop. And yeah, I agree. And that's kind of what I'm alluding to, Targeted, was that is it really women, or is it women being sold on the idea? Is it the snake in the Garden of Eden? Is it that whole idea of Eve didn't choose of her own volition to eat the apple? She was manipulated into it. Now, we all understand that men and women can be susceptible to manipulation. Nobody's above being victim to a master manipulator. And we all know that politicians are master narcissists and masters of their craft. So my question is it women leading women down the rabbit hole? Because let's be honest, a lot of women out there can't stand to see another woman succeed. They don't want to see a woman doing better than them. And for some reason, a lot of women get this sick mentality in today's culture and go and sabotage their fellow women. And for whatever reason, a lot of these women will go right along with it and just buy it hook, line, and sinker, like believing the notion that ICE agents wouldn't actually have real firearms with real bullets. Like, who would ever in their right mind buy into that? But there are people who buy into it. And it's like, there was actually a comment, Reverend had to step away, but I'm going to show a comment here that I was engaging in a conversation with somebody. In fact, they just posted something online and I responded. But I want people to really look at this and think about the severity of this statement and the response. If you are pro-life and siding with ICE after they tear gassed a 6-month-old baby, you're not fucking pro-life. And my response is, my question is, what kind of sick individual engages in willful endangerment of a child by bringing them out in the extreme cold weather to put them in a situation they know can escalate and become dangerous? And who is so weak as to blame ICE instead of the people who deliberately brought and endangered the child? That's where I'm coming from in this. You got people who are bringing their kids and their grandkids, their little grandchildren and little babies to these ICE demonstrations, some of which were in the middle of the night in Minnesota, where it's single digit degree and sometimes even negative degrees. It gets really cold in Minnesota. I don't know who's watching if you have ever been to Minnesota, you know it gets very fucking cold. I live in Tennessee. There are times it's gotten down to single digits, even in the day, in the wintertime. Here in Tennessee, here in the South. Okay, just yesterday, it was 20 fucking degrees here. You don't take children out in that. You don't bring them and make them a part of a protest. And you most certainly don't put a child in a situation that you know can escalate. Just a week ago, a woman got shot and killed. You're going to bring children to that after the fact? You're going to start bringing children to these things after the fact? Using them as human shields? Who in their right mind is going to sit there and go, oh, I have a child, so they're not going to do anything to a child? That's as dumb as the notion of, oh, ICE doesn't have real guns. They have rubber bullets. It's stupidity. Who's propagating this shit? And why are so many people, women in particularly, buying this? Okay. Backtrack on some of the comments here. Welcome back, Revan. Okay. And Zero goes, women thrive from attention, men thrive from competition. Something has brainwashed about 80% of females. Look out for Charlie. He has a really good take on Renee Good's psyop. Check it out.
Yeah, check
Zero
out.
continues on. That's simply a play to distract people from the learning center getting their money. Again, and she, targeted by narcs, says she agrees. Says the parasitic elite have been conditioning all Americans to be jealous of each other's success. Yeah, absolutely.
Look out for Charlie on YouTube and Rumble.
Yes, absolutely.
I've been watching him for a long time. Great, yeah. I mean, it's dude's spot on, man. He's spot on.
Yeah. And targeted by narcs, cited that this is a distraction. The 3-letter agencies are owned by many global agencies, eugenists, and this is all part of a depopulation plan. It is. A lot of this is depopulation plan, and you have a lot of people who would argue that Trump is anti-globalist and trying to turn it around. But I'm still on the fence on that. But I am leaning towards the idea that Elon Musk is the false prophet, creating the image of the beast that will walk and talk and all that fun shit, and creating the technology of the mark of the beast technocracy system. I am reaching the point of no return of that's exactly what he is. Jury's still out on Trump. I don't know. I would like to hope that he's on our side, turning it around.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to, like what happened, Maduro's been captured. Him and his wife were captured by our military.
Yeah.
After all that, straight to the oil, like I said,
like flies on shit.
Our military guys will have a resistance because, again, like I said, Venezuela, Vietnam, the Middle East. If you know the terrain like the back of your hand, you will have home field advantage.
Yeah, and then you see this in Venezuela. You saw the fraud in Minnesota, and then this ICE shooting happens. Almost as if they're trying to cause a distraction, like targeted by narcs had suggested. Like they're trying to distract from that, either just get you to look away from it, or because they're trying to create a smokescreen to maybe kill Nicolas Maduro, because all the money laundering and all the election fraud, all that shit was run through Venezuela. So he knows all the names, he knows all the players.
And now,
with him in Trump's custody, who's to say the canary ain't going to sing, and they want to try to drown the canary in a bucket of water before it can sing?
Well, not just that. Trump's saying that he's talking about putting someone in take Maduro's place. Now,
well, I mean, we've done that since the 1960s. Is regime change.
The 30s, the late 30s. Now, The last time was 2009, and where?
Yeah,
Honduras. Now, you have this woman who was a Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Yeah.
She's being looked at to being the puppet for Trump. Okay. For the elites here,
Yeah. Well, is it the elites, or is it for Trump, or is it just in what's in America, in the world?
Well, the thing is,
that's where a lot of people are kind of hung up.
If you have one person removed, okay, if you have one person removed, there has to be an election. Okay, you just can't be ahead of one country and say, well, we're gonna put this person, we're gonna find someone to put in. No, that's called a regime change and creating of a government puppet. Fuck that shit, dude.
Yeah.
You need a democratic election by the people, of the
For the
people,
people.
with people.
Now
Not
you can have a sitting representative to keep the government going until such time that
exactly.
the election process is completed and this new person takes office. You can just have a bench warmer per se, but a total regime change. We need to get away from that, especially where the CIA is involved, because all they've ever done was put globalist puppets in. And again, I know there's still the debate. The jury's still out on Trump as to whether or not he's a globalist or not, or somewhere in the middle. The jury's still out on that. But my concern is I want to try to keep this focus back on, what's going on with women in this whole woke culture, because a lot of people are blaming women for woke culture. And that's what I want to really dive into, because we've beat Venezuela and this issue with ICE to death. Everybody's beaten that shit to death. But a question that has been proposed is whether or not women are the cause of woke culture, whether directly or indirectly.
I would say it's the liberal progressive women, the neocon rhino women,
yes,
that are to blame. Because not all women are like that. Not all women want this kind of shit.
Oh, of course.
Any smart woman who can see through the bullshit. No, feminism is cancer. I choose cancer over feminism.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna open a few pages here. Give me a second. Why is it doing that?
It's probably married.
Probably is.
Okay. It's like, I think a wife saying, "How come the vacuum cleaner ain't sucking?" It's probably married.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find this third video that I was looking for, because there was a lot of points that were made, and I want to try to share those messages.
Right now, it's at my end. It's fucking foggy, dude. It's raining, man.
It's raining where you're at?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was raining here last night. We've had some pretty bad weather here. Again, I don't understand why people would take their kids out in this shit, but
there's a guy from Greenland who debunked. I think he's either from Iceland or Greenland, but he debunked Bernie Sanders and shit.
Well, that's not hard to do.
Because the thing is, Greenland and Iceland basically they don't have socialism there. No. Both have basically like what we have, stocks, the way how we live in a way, but
yeah,
no socialism and shit, Because Bernie Sanders says, well, they're a socialist country. No, they're not. Yeah. He's here. Here's a guy I made fun of many times, and I kind of get a kick at that shit, But here's a guy who's an independent in Vermont who's a multimillionaire who owns 2 mansions. Like, he wants to get rid of the millionaires and billionaires. We need to get rid of the millionaires and billionaires.
Yeah.
Cocksucker, you own 2 fucking mansions that pay no tags. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's all talk, and we can harp on that another time. But I want to show some videos here.
Okay.
That I think would be fairly prudent to this discussion, and this is kind of the meat and potatoes of this conversation.
Okay, I need my popcorn.
All right, get ready, fucker.
But I am saying that feminization has caused one specific particular problem, and that is wokeness. Like a lot of people, I was baffled by the woke phenomenon. Why did everyone seemingly go crazy all at once in the summer of 2020? It was inexplicable. It seemed to be mass hysteria, genuinely. And the more I thought about what caused it, which is a very important question, because if we know what causes it, we know how to prevent it from happening in the future. I read an article that someone else wrote that put forward a really simple, elegant thesis, which is that wokeness is simply feminine patterns of behavior applied to institutions where women had not been very well represented until recently. Women tend to be more consensus-focused, consensus-oriented. Men, when they're approaching a moral question, will ask, what are the facts? What are the rules? Whereas women will say, what are the relationships at play here? How can we make everybody happy? Mm-hmm. How can we reach an outcome that will satisfy all the parties, as opposed to the male perspective of how do we reach an outcome that is just and according to the rules? That sounded a lot like wokeness to me. And the sort of piece that made it all click into place for me was the coincidence of timing. It is the case, just we can all agree as a matter of fact, that a lot of institutions that went woke or were affected by wokeness became demographically female in the last 5 years. Law schools in America turned majority female in 2016, and they've gotten a little bit more female every year since then. I think now it stands at 55, 56%. The New York Times became majority female in its workforce in 2018, which is maybe why it was so susceptible to the fads of wokeness and the internal policing and the Slack revolts that took place internally over there. Medical schools are now majority female. The white collar workforce overall, employees in the United States with college degrees, a majority of them are women. And managers, management positions in the US workforce, 46% female, so almost majority female. So the fact that all of these institutions tipped over to being majority female around the same time that wokeness emerged seemed to me that couldn't possibly be a coincidence. And one of the most consistent psychological differences between men and women is women have a strong impulse of caring, right? Which is exactly, I mean, I'm not somebody who looks to evolutionary biology for the solutions to all human phenomena, but this particular one does seem glaringly Darwinian, right? That women see helpless things and they want to take care of them. That is definitely something that Darwin would find a pretty easy explanation for. But that's also something that wokeness can easily weaponize. It means that if you can frame your political issue as a way of caring for some help.
Yeah, and that
but I am saying that feminization has caused one specific.
Okay, go to the next one.
Abuse, I can marry a woman, not lay a hand on her. A man's not even allowed to be a man in his own house. Do you know in England you will get accused of emotional abuse? I can marry a woman, not lay a hand on her. I can just raise my voice at her. That's emotional abuse because she's going out drinking with dudes. She can go out drinking 6 nights a week with men. And I can say, what the fuck, you're my wife, sit down. She can call the cops, call me emotionally abusive. I get arrested now. Now there's a court case against me. I have to go to court and defend myself. She'll divorce me, take my house. I have to sell my car because she's drinking vodka with fucking God knows who.
But you notice that
earlier on. It's insanity. A man's not even allowed to be a man in his own house. You know.
for the betterment of because our addiction. I'm a big firm believer that we need to repeal the 19th Amendment because vote with their emotions. They don't vote for the betterment of society. They typically vote for the betterment of because are addicted to security and protection. So guess what Democrats and progressives do? We'll go ahead and give you free money. We'll go ahead and give you free protection. We'll give you this. We crave that. So since we don't have critical thinking skills, they look, I'm going to go to the guy that's going to give me security. They're single issue voters a lot of the times, and they crave certain policies that are destructive for the society in general. I'm a big firm believer that.
Okay. Now, whether or not you agree with those sentiments or not, it does raise a very good question. And I'm not leaning one way or the other. It's just open forum discussion. What do people think? And even a lot of women would be disgusted by what's going on in woke culture and progressive feminism and all of that. And it's reaching such a boiling point that people are going out, bringing their kids to these demonstrations where violence is in many regards an inevitable outcome. You got people thinking that federal law enforcement agencies aren't armed to the fucking teeth. And it's just this mentality of I can do whatever the fuck I want and there should be no repercussions to the action. And again, women tend to be very emotional creatures, and whether it be of their own volition or whether by the influence of an outside party, people, especially women, are being manipulated and herded into these ideologies and thinking that you can do whatever the fuck you want and there's no consequences. You can go out and be a fucking whore and then decide you want to be a fucking housewife later and that your body count doesn't matter. You can go out and not submit to your husband and be a cooperative wife and parent to your family and to your significant other and just go out and party and do whatever the fuck you want. And the man just has to take it, or else he's charged with emotional abuse, blah, blah, blah. Or again, even just voting based on your emotions. What happened in November with the government shutdown? Politics played on the idea, the media and the politicians played on the idea of, oh, they're taking away your food stamps. They're starving your families. We have starving families. So not only are the people who are affected, say again?
They're playing on the emotions.
Yeah. So not only are you playing on the emotions of the people directly affected, but you're playing on the sympathies of onlookers who are going, oh, well, we don't want women and children to starve. Definitely put women and children on the boat first while the Titanic goes down. It goes back to that old mentality. Some of these things, chivalry never dies. But, you play on those emotions and that idea, and it sways the opinions of the masses and gets you the votes they want. Now, it didn't necessarily pan out. They didn't get the Affordable Care Act reinstated and all that. They did, however, get their elections. Many people would argue that there was a great deal of fraud involved in that. But
truthfully, there are many men that are following the MGTOW, which stands for Men Go Their Own Way. Now, let me explain why. Okay, it leads to this shit here.
Yes,
I've been single for many years, and the older I get, the more I realize, here I'm just turned 50. Okay, do I need a woman? Only as a companion, no more, no less. Why?
Yeah.
because I've been there, done that. Many men are tired of the games, tired of the bullshit,
Yeah.
And then because they're tired of waiting, and you have women who choose to put marks on their bedpost of how many guys they fucked, because a good portion chooses that.
Yeah.
Then when they get done being trained on, and as guys want nothing to do with them, they ask the question, where all the good guys at?
Yeah. There's a lot of variables to that. Go
Okay.
ahead, Reverend.
Now, us good guys are asking the question, if you're looking for a good guy, they're not going to look your way.
Yeah, because women want stability. They want provision and protection and whatnot, but they get bored, and so they lean on their emotions. So women are loyal to how they feel in the moment, and they want the bad guy. They want the exciting guy. Because a boring, stable guy who goes to work 9 to 5 and takes care of his family, he's boring. But yet you will see women time and time again, and I'm not saying all women, I'm not trying to generalize here, but you will see women time and time again chase after the guy and go fucking ape shit. They will leave a good guy, but they will chase and stalk a motherfucker who lies to them, who cheats on them, who even beats them. They will move mountains for a motherfucker like that. Because they're loyal to their emotions and they get those emotional highs. The dopamine hit.
This is why I say between men and women, each men here and women over here, in that group, there's 50-50.
Yeah.
Other half want to find that a good woman wants a good guy. A good guy wants a good woman.
Yeah, but even though that dynamic is shifting, because you have mothers who are raising their kids up, they're raising their sons to be the good guy, and they're raising their daughters up to be the hoes. Okay? Again, a sabotaging system. And I'm not trying to generalize or pick on people, and I'm going to go to some of the comments here in a moment, but what I'm trying to illustrate here is it's perpetuating the red pill movement that's saying that men need to get back to being men. They need to be the strong, masculine soul leaders in the house. Men and women aren't equal. There's substantial differences, to where they could never be equal because we're not physically, biology, or intellectually or emotionally the same. There are substantial differences, and therefore you cannot have a level playing field because we don't have a measurement of the same qualities. It's like an orange can't be equal to a banana. It's two very different things. And I want to get into that in a minute, but I want to catch up on some of the comments. Targeted by Narcs goes, Bernie is for world government. I liked and it's not showing up. Stress Managed goes, I liked and it's not showing up. Liked again on my other account. YouTube is such an adversarial bad character in all of this. I agree. Fuck YouTube. That's why I say like, follow us, hit that notification bell. Completely fuck their algorithm. Again, YouTube is adversarial. It's a bad actor helping bring in this one world government. It's collecting data on everyone. It's called data mining. Women are being conditioned to hate men. Yes, they are. And men are being conditioned to hate women. Again, yes. Though manipulative social media like YouTube, they put out these paid content creators. Men and women don't listen to one another. They ignore one another. Men going your own way is a psyop that many men fell for. Women are falling for the same diving
I want to
BS. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Go ahead, Reverend.
To me, it's not a psyop. And I'm going to explain why. Look, we go through shit like women do, but except for certain other stuff, which I ain't gonna go touch there. We go we go through life. You know, by the time we're moonwalking out of the womb, you know, we grow, we can learn, we see the world differently. But
yes, and circumstances will change our perspective as we go on.
When it comes to wanting to find stability and have someone in their life, and when I find that somebody, it may take time, but when you do find that special somebody, and they find you, okay, it takes two people to work a relationship, okay.
Yes.
Now, in this day and age, us guys, we were built on holding our emotions, holding our emotions, but when we meet a woman who's there for us, there are very few women that do that. But when you meet the one who you pour your everything to, that's the kind of woman who would basically throw it back in your face.
Yeah.
But there are also other women that do. They're there for you. They'll stand by you.
Yeah, there are a few women here in the States. Not so much anymore because of the culture, but there are plenty of women in the world. Like Wade, he found himself a great woman in the Philippines. She's a sweetheart. He struck gold there, and that's why a lot of men go passport bro, because in Western culture, women, it is in many ways a psyop, and here's what I'm going to get into, because I'm going to kind of just unpack this whole suitcase here of bullshit. Men, ever since we were kids in the 80s and 90s, were conditioned to be the good guys. And women were being pushed to be men. Men want women who will be submissive wives. Women have been conditioned to want to be men. They want to go out they want to go out and make their own decisions. They don't want to be, they want the provision and protection. They want a man who's going to take charge, lead them and protect them, be a leader, provider, and protector, but they don't want to submit. It's an oxymoron, a double standard. But society has been conditioned to go and tell women, you need to be a boss babe. You need to be in control of your life. You need to be the man in all aspects. You need to be the leader in a relationship. You need to go out and have the good job. You need to be the decision maker in your life. But here's the thing. Women aren't happy in relationships where they're the fucking boss, where they're the fucking breadwinner. Women aren't happy in the workforce. Women aren't happy as career personnel because they just kind of feel like, okay, I sacrificed my entire fucking life in pursuit of this thing, and I don't feel emotionally fulfilled. Well, welcome to my world, woman. Men and women have that same fucking problem. It's like, okay, I'm not there. So what I'm getting at, Revan, is you have all these variables, and then you have voting based on emotion, and then you have women who choose their partner based on how they make them feel in the moment, choosing the bad boys because they get that dopamine hit. So now it's being argued in the red pill movement that not only should men take back their power as being strong masculine men and not tolerating this bullshit in their own lives and in their own relationships, but also going as far as saying on a legal construct and a societal construct that you need to repeal the 19th Amendment. You need to get women out of the workforce and all of that, because if women are working, it's a man works because so he can provide for our family. A woman works so that she can provide for herself.
Well, let me
women vote based on their emotions. So go
okay,
ahead.
Let me kind of towards women a little bit, because look, let me put it here. We all have right to choose, okay? So as women, okay?
Yeah.
This is where the 50-50 thing comes in again, okay? 50% of men who are the idiots, just like half of women are idiots, okay?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be biased.
the men that are dumbasses and idiots and shit, they don't care. They will fuck anything.
Yeah.
Like Lizzo when she farts, her walls sweat. Thank you very much. Women on that side too, well, same thing. They'll fuck anything too.
Yeah.
We're saying idiots, both genders, idiots. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not saying anything against it.
Now the workforce, I do agree that women do belong in the workforce, and let me tell you why. Okay. There's some things that guys are not going to do that women will do. Okay.
And vice versa. Like, how many women do you see as trash truck drivers?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
how many guys do you see as a secretary?
Very rare. But there's certain jobs that women can do, and they love what they do.
Yeah.
The kind of women that I respect are the ones that sit through the bullshit, don't tolerate bullshit, who are hardworking, educated, funny as hell, but yet still see through the bullshit and willing to do the job because they have something to prove. And they do. And they have done it.
Yeah. But again, it kind of goes back to the argument that women are trying to be men, and instead of embracing their femininity. It's a society created that men need to be women and women need to be men. That's what I'm trying to get at, is that society has reversed the gender roles and nobody is fucking happy. Men are miserable. Women are miserable. And the country is going to shit. And a lot of people in the RedPill movement are sitting there perpetuating the idea that you need to get women out of the workforce because they don't want a job to provide for their family. They want a job so they can be independent. It's that whole dynamic. They don't want women to have the right to vote because they are easily, in many regards, easily manipulated, leaning on their emotions rather than logic and reason.
But
and therefore, it's the purpose, the sole reason the Democratic Party even has a semblance of a foothold.
There's also married couples that do both work.
Yeah. And we do live in a society where, oftentimes both parties in the household have to fucking work because the Rothschilds figured out, hey, why have just one dude in the house, one person in the household working when we can have both people in the household working and get double the tax per household? Okay?
Not just that, but
let's raise the cost of living so that both parties have to work.
Here's what I find funny. Okay? I'm a fan of very sarcastic, funny, bullheaded women. Okay, let me hear, who basically sarcastically give the middle finger to feminism. Tell you what.
Yeah. Look at Candace Owens.
Actress Clay Kuka. She's married. She got shit for making her husband a sandwich.
Yeah.
If a woman wants to make her man a sandwich and cook for him, or want to be a stay-at-home mom, that's her choice.
Yeah.
Why are you feminist cunts giving this a woman bunch of shit because she wants to be a stay-at-home mom, a housewife, and also wants to make a meal for her husband?
Well, I mean, you look at it in terms of the 50-50 thing. You were talking about the 50-50 thing there for a second. Okay? Let's split things down the middle. Let's make things equal here. If I provide the food, if you're not working and I provide the food, you can prepare it. That's fair and equal. If I am providing the house, you can clean it. If I'm taking you out and doing nice things for you, you can keep my fucking balls empty. If I am loving and nurturing or fucking providing. Fucking, what is it now? Sorry, brain fart. If I'm providing the emotional highs that you need and catering to your need for attention, you can be loving and nurturing. Okay, it's 50-50. Okay, we have varying strengths and varying weaknesses, varying things that we can provide that balance things out. You don't necessarily have to have both people in the household working or being decision makers in the house. You can be on equal understanding and equal ground by bringing what you naturally bring to the table. Okay? If a woman has a feminine artistic touch and she wants to, paint something on the ceiling, but isn't tall enough to reach it, but I'm strong enough, I can pick her up and give her that extra boost. That's mutual cooperation. That is utilizing individual strengths to accomplish a mutual goal.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, if I provide the food, somebody else can cook it. If I provide the house, somebody else can keep it clean. Okay. It's, especially if you're in a dynamic where the significant other isn't working. I have a friend who recently had a baby, and she's pretty much a stay-at-home mom. She does DoorDash here and there, her and her dude, but for the most part, she cannot enter the workforce because she's got 2 kids to take care of, and daycare is fucking super ass expensive. So they understand where their place is and where their strengths is and where they're needed most.
Yeah.
Society, like you pointed out, is saying that's bad. Don't make your dude a sandwich. You're a strong, independent woman. Why? What's wrong with making your dude a sandwich?
It's a
okay.
choice.
If I can cater to your endless need for attention, you can fucking make
the one thing.
Keep my goddamn balls empty.
The one thing that they don't like, and they hate it. They hate it with the passion. I mean, like, seriously, they hate the passion that we, as a society, we have a right to choose, the freedom to choose. Okay,
exactly.
I believe in the freedom to choose. Okay, we all have it. You, me, talking minorities. We all have a right to choose. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I want to, or no, if we choose to be single, right? It's our choice. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to follow the MGTOW. And why is that, ladies and gentlemen? Because it's hard to find someone who could tolerate my ass,
Yeah,
who could see through my bullshit. Okay,
absolutely.
I need someone like that in my life who could call me out on my bullshit. See through my bull. Call me out to my face.
Yeah, you need somebody who's going to balance you out, to fill in the blanks.
The yin. I want someone to be my yin to be a yin to my yang.
Yeah, not a yin to the yin or a yang to the yang. It's like we don't need a society where everybody brings the same damn thing. It's like, okay, I bring A, C, and E. I need you to bring B, D, and G. Okay, I don't need what I already have. I need what I don't have. And both parties need that.
But will I find that? 50-50. 50-50.
Yeah. I mean, you can find it. I mean, good women are out there, and if you go overseas, like what Wade did with the Philippines, you're going to find women who want to be good wives. They don't want to be a part of the whole inflation bullshit. And that's where a lot of people are having grievances on both sides. Both men and women are having these grievances because they're figuring out that we live in a society that has tried to turn men into women and women into men. And both sides are not happy. And a lot of people on the flip side are arguing that we need to get women out of the workforce because, again, men work to support a family. A woman works so that she doesn't have to be dependent on a man. Women tend to vote based on their emotions, so they shouldn't be allowed to vote. And fathers should be back in the household and choosing their daughter's husbands because women tend to not choose the best partners oftentimes.
Talking about an archman, make a good point here. Gen X are cut from different cloth. Okay.
Yes.
Now let's get to a generational difference. Okay.
Yeah.
My sister is a millennial. Okay, she's a millennial. Okay, she's early 40s, married to a Gen X. Okay. But in today's generation here, I couldn't look. You couldn't see anybody from Gen Z getting my ass. Okay, only, ladies and gentlemen, this is only an example. Okay, I'll tell you why. I come from a generation like talking about Oxford. We come from a generation where we are emotionally constipated. We haven't given a shit in days. Okay, we were raised on hose water and sarcasm and not giving a fuck. Okay,
that we were.
Someone from Gen Z couldn't handle my generation, and couldn't handle it. Especially the younger millennials couldn't handle it because why? Because we're cut from a different cloth.
Yeah. I think that may be another social construct system and, another way of dividing and herding the cattle, so to speak.
But I did hear that some Gen Z female women go for older men.
Yeah.
Why?
A lot of younger women are going for older men nowadays because they're financially stable. They got their shit together. I mean, and I'll be honest. Let's be honest. And this is something that, again, has been pointed out by the RedPill movement. And it is actually 100% true. Women get their value up front because their value is contingent on their youth, their appearance, their lack of body count, the fact that the world hasn't fucked them up. Because let's face facts, the longer you're in the world, the more fucked up you're going to get by it. And so on and able to breed and produce healthy offspring, because the older you get, the more complex that whole procedure becomes. So men tend to gravitate towards younger women, and ergo, that's where women have their value and they get their value up front. Whereas a man, when he's 18, has no value. The second he gets out of high school, he has no fucking value, because his value is contingent on his level of maturity, his understanding of the world, and his ability to lead, provide, and protect. So he's got to have the good job. He's got to have a good head on his shoulders. He's got to be, if not physically strong, mentally strong, and have those qualities. Again, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We all bring something different to the table.
Yeah.
So a man has to establish his value. And that's why women are going for older men, because they understand that a man, a 40-year-old man, has his shit together versus an 18-year-old boy who's just getting out into the world and hasn't figured his ass out from a hole in the ground yet.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that that's wrong or isn't understandable. It's just a fact of life. We bring different things to the table, and ergo, some things come naturally.
And not to stand,
as it pertains to a woman's body, and a man, what he brings is his ability to provide and lead, provide, and protect.
Not to stand, but there's also some older women that go for younger guys.
Yeah, and a lot of that is, they like the young meat and the stamina and all that.
The far as I go is in the 20s.
Yeah.
The 30s. That's it. Anything below that?
Well, I mean, you see some of the school teachers who are doinking their students. That argument might be a little subjective. I don't know. I think it's just...
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to keep it PG. Okay, PG.
Oh, there ain't no PG in this world, bro. There ain't no PG.
Well, let me rephrase. Between rated R and NC, what the fuck?
Yeah. What I'm getting at is targeted by Narcissist posted. Good point. Gen X, remember a time where there was no internet. We had to create our own fun. We made friends one-on-one through meeting people who share our interests. We also had to raise ourselves, which is true. A lot of people, and I'm inclined to agree with this consensus, the internet has ruined society, especially in terms of social media, because we become disconnected as a society, and we don't seek that direct relationship, whether with friends, intimate relationship, or just with our peers in general. We hide behind a keyboard and we get everything we need, or what we think we need. A woman doesn't need a relationship and a man to cater to her needs, because she's getting all the attention on the internet. She can set up her Instagram and get all the attention she wants. She can go on OnlyFans and get all the attention and get paid for it. Okay? We don't need social interaction when I can just sit here and type on the keyboard or have a video call.
If a child is raised by two Gen X parents, let me tell you what's going to happen. They're going to learn our philosophy.
Yeah.
Front and center. And why. And why my generation is badass.
Yeah.
Well, our generation stopped giving a fuck a long time ago, We were raised, we were latchkey kids. We were outside until the light outside went on.
Yep. It was, the sun came up, get your ass outside and play, and don't come back till the sun goes down and the street lights come on, because I'm in the house watching my soaps and smoking crack.
We drink
Mama's in the house watching her soaps, drinking her Pepsi, snorting cocaine, and chain smoking cigarettes.
And,
if she ain't fucking the neighbor.
I mean, it was a good life back then, man. I'm like, dude, you know. But here's a good news though. Guess what's coming back?
That way of life.
No.
In many regards.
Analog is coming back.
What?
Analog's coming back, but it's coming back a little bit at a time.
Yeah, exactly, targeted by narcs. We used to go out on dates. We used to go out to dinner. We used to go out to movies and whatnot. You know, we went on dates to have a conversation to get to know each other. Now we just talk on the internet and your whole life story and your whole fucking.
Well, not just that, but
your whole bio is on the internet, and all you have to do is just click and go.
Well, shit. When I was in high school, I got laid. I got laid more times than my dad did, dude. Shit, you know.
Same. And but now it's, you know, you have all the information at the click of a button. You know who this person is before you ever even meet them face to face. And a lot of women, you know, I've dealt with this, will go out with a guy just because she wants a free meal. You know, wants a sugar daddy without actually being a sugar baby. And they'll go out with a guy who they have no interest in and don't even see a future with because it's a free meal. And the guy, oftentimes, on the flip side, will go out with a woman who's like that simply because she looks good and he can get the clout. And he can go to his friends like, yeah, look what I took out.
There's
both sides are guilty in this.
There is something that I seen like not too long ago where I got black guy and a black woman on a date. It's funny, you know, like she'll like ask him about his finances. He'll ask like first she'll go, how big is it? How wide is it?
It's like that I mean, long, it's that like, big around.
It's
huge like, cock. More like a cheese wheel. I may not touch the bottom, but I will stretch out the edges.
I mean, it's like it's funny because like it kind of makes you kind of step back and think, okay, now I'm seeing something here, you know. Like I went on a date in 2018. Okay. It was awesome. A great date. Nothing else. I mean, nothing serious. Just went out and had dinner, had
a good time, enjoyed each other's company.
And it was what I needed. What I wanted, you know, kind of, because as long as it was conversation and a dinner, that is like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
To me, a smile from a woman, that's what I want right now. A smile.
It's often the little things that make life worth living, and the internet really has taken that away.
And you know, I don't mind a smile from a you know a woman. You know, am I looking to get laid? No.
I am.
Because the thing is,
my dick sucked.
Because the thing is, me too. But the thing is, I'm not. You know. Again, I just turned 50 on first of the month here, first of this month. You know, just turned 50. Yeah. I'm happy. Am I looking to get laid? Yes and no, but morally no. Because the thing is, it ruins it because you want to build something before it gets that point.
You gotta have that connection. It's gotta be meaningful. Otherwise, it's just glorified masturbation.
Exactly. Because when I went on that date, her name was Jamie. Awesome chick. You know, awesome chick. And we were on 6 dates, 3 months. Not bad at all. Just got along. We talked. Hey, it was awesome. That's what I needed.
Yeah.
That's what her and I needed. But what was it? No, it was about just having fun.
It's not always about that sort of stimulation.
Yeah.
And there's other forms of stimulation that human beings need.
Exactly.
You need interaction. You need to be able to sit down and laugh and just, give a good slap on the back and or an elbow and just be like, you motherfucker.
Talking about Dark says, yes, now women running background checks on men before they meet them for dinner.
That they do. Again, I can understand the safety aspect of things, but I also understand the abuse of power. It's a double-edged sword.
It is.
All these technologies and all these systems can be used to empower humanity or used to completely enslave humanity.
I bet women did. I bet men did the same thing with women.
They do.
Yeah.
And it's definitely something you should look into, especially with the internet and everything that we have. It's created a real big mess.
It has.
I can understand you don't want to hook up with a psycho. You don't want to hook up with a Jeffrey Dahmer and then wind up on the 5 o'clock news. You don't want to wind up going out with somebody who's just looking for a free meal or has seen more wieners than an employee at Oscar Mayer. I mean, we want certain things. We want to feel safe. We want certain things. We have to have certain boundaries and certain criteria met in a relationship. And that's why you go out on a date. You get to know a person because not everybody's perfect. Everybody's got a past. Everybody's got their faults. We're all human. But I think the internet in particular has really ruined that. And because of initial perceptions and judging the book by its cover, you don't get into the meat and potatoes of a person or what you're trying to get to, and you completely fuck yourself out of what could realistically be a good relationship, a good friendship. I mean, you and I have never met face to face, but we got to know each other. We got to understand each other. We have a good rapport as friends. We share a lot of the same ideals. You and I have become really good friends, even though we've never had the opportunity to meet face to face because we live in completely different areas.
Exactly.
So there are good points, but at the same time, especially in terms of intimate relationships, you need that physical connection.
What was cool about this? The woman I went on a date with, she's a car chick.
She's a what?
A car chick.
Ah, and we know you're all about your cars, man.
Oh yeah. If a chick knows how to work on the engine of a car, I'm there, man. Hey.
See, this is what gets his dick hard.
Oh, dude, yeah.
He'll start ripping his clothes off again. It's like, oh, car chick, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we talked about the show.
Yeah, absolutely targeted by narcs. She said, having a crush on someone you meet, flirting, becoming friends, getting to know one another. Internet destroyed all of that mystery. Absolutely. And it destroyed the adventure. It destroyed the fucking adventure.
Exactly. But the thing is, we can still bring that back.
We can.
You don't need the internet. You gotta be yourself. But I mean, this chick, her and I talked about supernatural. And as I said, the car they used was a '67 Chevy Impala. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But also sometimes they'll use a Chevy Caprice because they both share the same bar style.
Yeah.
It may be difficult now these days, but the thing is, patience.
And setting boundaries for yourself. You gotta set boundaries on yourself. Like, limit your time on the internet. Limit how you use the internet and the influence you allow it to have on your life. I forget who it was that said it, but they made a good point. Before you pick up your phone in the morning and start scrolling and all that other shit, pick up a book. Read a book for 10 minutes.
Exactly.
That little things like that would make a world of difference. Pick up a fucking book, not a tablet, an actual book. Because if you pick up a tablet, you're going to be tempted to go into the internet and on your social media and all that shit. Pick up an actual tangible book, whether it's the Bible or 1984 or whatever. Pick up a book, whether it be the Bible, 1984, Wizard of Oz, whatever. And
here's something
read
that,
for 10 minutes.
Look, here's something that you guys should know about me right now. Okay, look. I'm on social media, but here's the thing. Do I use it?
Yeah.
I would say about 15. I would say about 10% of the time. About 10% of the time.
Yeah.
And why? I'll tell you why. I'm starting to really enjoy my life, away from it, because it's
right. Targeted by night, hit the nail on the head. I don't want to read 1984. We are all living it.
exactly.
I actually just got Alex Jones's book, not the Great Reset, the other one that he did. It's sitting in my fucking bedroom right now. It's not the Great Reset. It's the other one he did.
I've been kind of busy doing other shit. I've been again out doing
about how to fix the country.
Yeah, out doing yard work. I mean, help my dad with the car and whatnot. And it's a thing that I enjoy doing. I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And at 50, this coming Wednesday at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday, I get to my first driving test.
Nice.
It cost me $4.99 to do three lessons, 2 hours, and hopefully I get some good news that after the third thing, I get certified as a driver.
Yeah, and it's those little joys in life, like driving a car, just taking a joyride and enjoying the scenery. Like a couple weeks ago, I took a drive up to a city called Swanee. It's up on the mountain. And they have this big cross up there. It's a military memorial. It's beautiful. And I just took a drive up there because, I don't exactly live close to Swanee. It's a little bit out of the ways. It's about a drive.
I have finally.
Congrats, right?
Oh man, I have finally since July, because July, my dad went to hospital for nearly a month, and I started studying, and then around October, my mom went to hospital.
Yep.
And September, my mom went to hospital for a while.
Yeah, and that's one of the big reasons we do the roundtables and whatnot on Saturdays, because during the week you'll have doctor's appointments, life gets busy and whatnot. So we're trying to do things where you got a bit of a downtime.
October 25th, I took the DMV test. Okay, in fact, here in California, you're only allowed 3 tests a year. Only 3. Okay. I failed 2 to pass the third one. Got my permit. I'm happy. I'm all happy, man. What I'm doing? Dude, I'm looking at cars. I'm like, get my mind all like, dude. But here, I called West Coast Coastline Academy, paid $49, and tell you what, I'm happy. I'm happy. I have came this fucking far. You know what? I earned it.
Yeah.
I may be a late bloomer, but I earned. I earned.
Yeah. Targeted
Yes.
by Narc said that she was a late bloomer as well. Got hers at 37. I got mine at 25. I didn't go right out when I was 18 and get my license, or 18 at 16. I was actually kind of timid about it, but I got my license at about 25, 26, and it was very empowering. You're opening a whole new world of exploration.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
So I
mean,
look forward to seeing how things go for you once you have your license and you can start traveling and whatnot. You know, maybe check out some of those cities along Route 66, like you talk about all the time.
oh fuck yeah, dude. I mean,
You know, even if you don't do anything other than pass by, you know, the fact that you can sit there and maybe just drive through it and see new things. Like, you check out the video where Lucid and I traveled from California to here in Tennessee, and the entire journey and the different scenery and the atmosphere of each state that we were in.
the first place I want to go,
It's an event.
the one place I want to go is Grass Valley up north. Grass Valley. Because
Oh, hell yeah.
let me tell you why. I've been a subscriber to the Ewu crew.
Uh-huh.
And they've done travels from Grass Valley to the Burning Man, you know, all that shit.
Yeah.
Grass Valley, okay, there's a case from 1978, okay, and one by the name of Nan Dixon. She was went up to Grass Valley to meet her brother. She to get her money back. I mean, there's a deal there, but she drove a mid-70s Datsun B16, D16, or the car it was, and she was missing. They found her car. The clutch was burnt out, and like, I mean, it was like, man, but it's still a cold case. Nan Dixon, NANDIXON, Nan Dixon, and it's still a cold case, and it's been 50 years, almost 50 years.
Yeah.
And
And generally, if they don't find the body within the first 48, the chances of actually finding it and being able to do forensic and whatnot begin to drop drastically. So given that's 50 years, it might be near impossible before they find that.
Exactly.
Same with Jimmy Hoffa. You know, how many unsolved mysteries are there?
He ain't buried. I'll tell you where he's at. He ain't buried anywhere.
He got thrown in a volcano, I bet.
No. He ain't buried. He was crushed in a Cadillac. That car's gone. That car's gone. Okay, ain't going to find it. The reason they're saying, "Oh, he's buried here," is like, why are you telling us now that? I mean, we already know he's dead. He ain't come back. He ain't gonna be found, dude. There, you know.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna find him.
Nope.
He's crushing a car. Collect for that shit, you know. Shit.
Yeah. So where do we take it now?
Good question. Man. Good question.
But in general, it's going to be a good thing for you to get your license, get a vehicle, and get out there in the world. And that's something we really need to do, is take a step back and get back into the world. Because I don't think it's fair to say that women created created woke culture. I think there was a lot of factors in it. There were a lot of factors that created feminism. There was a lot of factors that created the idea of breaking up the family.
All that shit was from these college bureaucrats really mind fucking their students. Really?
Yeah, there was a lot of it. There was politics. There's the media. There's your colleges and institutions.
Ideology.
Yeah, there's varying ideologies being introduced in society, especially in Western society. There's a culmination of a lot of factors that go into creating this.
Exactly.
Now, are women, for the most part, liberal women, perpetuating this? Oh, absolutely. You got your female politicians. You got the majority of your teachers who are female. You got a lot of women in business and areas of influence. So, yeah, it's fair to say that a lot of liberal women are pushing this.
Colleges, institutions of shit, ideologies.
Your media, I mean, Kathleen Kennedy pushed fucking woke culture on Star Wars, completely fucking ruined it. To the point that she's now being forced to step down. She's finally stepping down. So,
hello, D. Filoni.
Yeah, so did it start with liberal women? I don't think so. I think a lot of things played a factor, but I think that liberal women are definitely pumping the gas and having a field day with it. And I think I would agree with the Red Pill movement in a lot of regards, to where we need to not only pump the brakes on a lot of this shit, but start getting back to some of the traditional ideas. Maybe not necessarily going as far as repealing
the Red Pill.
Not necessarily going as far as what the Red Pill community would say, as far as like repealing the 19th Amendment, but just getting back to traditional values, maybe re-embracing traditional roles and not demonizing somebody for making their man a sandwich kind of shit. Get back to the traditional roles, re-embracing what made men and women respectfully great in their own right. I don't think there would be anything wrong with that. If we can get back to that, where men were men, women were women, and they were proud of who they are and what they brought to the table, not only in terms of who they are as people, but who they are in terms of being men and women, I think we would be a much happier society. And we definitely need to get away from this whole propagated idea of breaking up the family. The family needs to come back together. You got fucking motherfuckers bringing their goddamn kids and their grandkids out to ICE demonstrations, and things are escalating. You got a fucking 6-year-old getting fucking pepper sprayed and tear gassed and all this shit. Fucking, who brings their fucking kid out to a fucking
that's
ice raid? You don't fucking do that shit.
No.
Especially after somebody got fucking shot.
Right there, I think right there is I think the reason why they do that is for the media to take notice.
Yeah, it is, because they want the Civil War.
In a very wrong way, because the thing is, if I did that, my son's mom would really give me the right act and pretty much throw the biggest fry pan at my head, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I had a kid and my mom took my kid to something like that, my mom would never see that child again.
Yeah.
If I were married and had children and my wife did something like that, oh, hell to the motherfucking no.
No.
Because your first job as a fucking parent, especially a mother, is the protection of your children.
Over 20 years ago, I was a house husband. 20 years,
yeah.
or 20 years ago. Yeah. I cooked, I cleaned, did laundry. Yeah, I did all that.
Yeah.
One day, my son's mom and my son were sleeping. I totally cleaned the house and did laundry.
Yeah.
You know,
And there's nothing wrong with that.
after it was done. Spotless, you know.
Yeah. There ain't nothing wrong with that at all. And there ain't nothing wrong with a woman making her man a sandwich. It's like, we fucking shame women for being women and we shame men for being men. It's fucking sick. So, yeah, I think we definitely need to pump the brakes and backtrack things a little bit. You know, be proud of who we are and what we bring to the table. Don't fucking shame the shit. And bring the family unit back together.
Yeah.
And, you know, take it from there. I mean, I'm not saying how far
When you
back
pump the
we should or
brakes-
shouldn't go, but we definitely should
When you
re-embrace
pump the
certain
brakes,
things.
make sure you're good enough to use the clutch to downshift, man. You know.
It's like, and don't have your chihuahua in the car.
Yeah.
You confuse his head for the gear shift. You just go,
Especially if you're driving in a blue Prius.
hey, you got the joke, you got the
no.
joke.
I'm getting me a fucking Honda, man.
I've got an Impala.
I'm getting me a Honda Odyssey. You know, Odyssey is my favorite word. It ain't trip, it ain't journey. It's Odyssey.
There you go.
That word to me is like it's like, dude, you know, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll be my first vehicle. I'm gonna keep for a long time, man. Because, dude, you know.
There you go. Well, I'm thinking we should just go ahead and put the turkey in the oven here. What do you think, Robin?
I say we the feather, neuter, spare the turkey and put it in the oven.
Sounds like you're playing to me. So, Robin, thank you very much, and thank you for everybody who participated in the conversation. This actually been really fun. It's great when people tune in and engage in the conversation, because that's what makes the roundtable. It's not just me, it's not just Robin, it's not just whoever we have on the panel. The roundtable is all-encompassing. Everybody has a voice. Again, I say it all the time. This is by the people, of the people, for the people, just like our government should be. And I fully embrace that. So, thank you for everybody who participated. And as always, if you enjoyed this broadcast, share the live feed, share the retransmissions. Fuck up YouTube's algorithm by hitting the like and subscribe button and that notification bell. Follow us on all our various social medias, X, YouTube, Rumble, because the only way we get the word out and help to enlighten people and get in the ears of politicians who will actually work for us and give them good ideas is by getting the word out. And we can't trust the internet and their algorithms to do it for us. We have to do it ourselves.
And if you're applying to yourself in the nuts, please wear a cup.
I'm not sure where that came from, but great. And speaking of body apparel, again, check out our online store. Tons of great merchandise, shirts, hoodies, hats, bumper stickers, and so much more to come at the lowest prices. We just launched the I Support ICE and fucking bitch t-shirts. I want to point out, I didn't say this earlier. Okay. Those shirts are currently marked down at the lowest possible price, $21.99, which is lower than most every other product on the store. I try to make sure to get the lowest price possible, but I went out of the way and made it just a little bit lower in light of what's going on with ICE. So I made the price a little bit lower.
And make sure,
because I want to give you guys the best deals.
Oh yeah.
And it's not about putting money in my pocket. I'll be happy if we break even and can just support the broadcast and get the equipment we need.
Yes, it's to help us. And tell you, remember, always pay and neuter your local neocon, rhino, liberal, progressive. And for free, we'll give you a Marxist, fascist, socialist, communist for free.
You know what? Let's go ahead. You know what? Go like the Gong Show. We'll get Gong his ass.
And don't be like Peter Griffin and wish upon a two.
Shit!
I said it.
And on that note, turkey's going in the oven, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is Chris Sheldon, aka the Tin Man, on behalf of Rubbin and everybody else who participates in our roundtables. This is the Worldwide Resistance Network. If you are watching this, you best bet your ass you are the